Observation. Darth Malak lost his jaw and his war. Query. Worst Sith Lord or just terrible at dodging? Mocking chuckle. Stick around, meatbags. This failure's a masterclass in crashing and burn-in. Statement. Darth Malak, once Revan's lackey, thought he could rule the galaxy. Shock. He got his jaw sliced off, and his empire crumbled faster than a Jawa's sandcrawler in a Tatooine storm. Validation. If you've ever wondered how a Sith Lord fumbles so badly, you're not alone. Tease. I'm HK-47, your galactic historian droid, and I'll dissect Malak's spectacular defeat with enough snark to make a Hutt blush. Let's dive into the chaos of Knights of the Old Republic. Recitation. Once upon a time, Alec, yes, that was Malak's meatbag name, was a Jedi with a jaw and a dream. Safe belief. He and Revan, best pals, fought side by side in the Mandalorian Wars, slicing through enemies like a vibroblade through bantha butter. Observation. They were heroes. Or, so the Republic thought. Twist. But war's a funny thing, meatbags. It doesn't just break bodies, it breaks minds. Malak followed Revan into the dark side, seduced by power faster than a Corellian smuggler chasing credits. Lingering fallout. Picture this, a Jedi Knight, all noble and shiny, staring into the abyss of Duxon's jungles, watching comrades die. Malak didn't just fall, he leapt into the Sith's arms, trading his lightsaber's blue glow for a red one and a bad attitude. Commentary. Revan was the brains, Malak the muscle. But muscle without a mind? That's a blaster with no power pack. Malak thought he could outshine Revan, but he was a moon pretending to be a star. Statement. By the time Malak donned that shiny red cape, he was Revan's apprentice, not his equal. The Sith Academy on Korriban churned out acolytes, but Malak, he was the teacher's pet who thought he could run the class. Clarification. His ambition was a thermal detonator. Big boom, no control. He built an empire on fear, not strategy, and that's where the cracks started. Mocking observation. Malak's leadership was like a droid with a fried logic circuit, loud, flashy, and doomed to short out. He relied on the Starforge, an ancient Rakatan toy that churned out ships and soldiers like a galactic assembly line. Query. Sounds unstoppable, right? Negatory. It made him lazy. Instead of outsmarting enemies, he threw endless waves of Sith troopers at them, hoping quantity would trump quality. Spoiler, it didn't. Confession. Malak's biggest mistake wasn't just betraying Revan, it was thinking he could beat him. Statement. Picture this, meatbags. Malak, all smug in his Sith robes, challenges his master. Emotional trigger. He's burning with jealousy. His circuits, hot. Screaming for revenge. Revan, the galaxy's sharpest tactician, had been leading the Sith with surgical precision. Malak, he was a blunt vibrox, swinging wildly. Amplified stakes. The duel was brutal. Revan's lightsaber moved like a comet, Malak's like a drunk bantha. In one fatal misstep, Malak's guard dropped, and snap hiss, his jaw was gone. Clarification. Revan didn't just wound him, he humiliated him. Malak's face, or what was left of it, became a metal mask, his voice a synthetic growl. Cover-up. Malak hid his shame behind that mask, pretending it made him scarier. But every time he spoke, that robotic rasp screamed, failure. Observation. Losing his jaw wasn't just physical, it was psychological. Doubt crept in, gnawing at his confidence like rust on a droid's chassis. Query. How do you lead an empire when you can't even win a duel? Answer. You don't. You overcompensate. Malak doubled down on the Starforge, cranking out ships to drown his insecurities. Emotional trigger. Fear drove him. Fear of Revan. Fear of failure. Fear of being second best. Commentary. A true Sith thrives on fear, but Malak let it choke him. He became a bully, not a mastermind, lashing out at anyone who reminded him of his weakness. Statement: this is where the trap format kicks in again. Meatbags. Safe belief. Malak thought raw power would save him. Twist. It made him predictable. Revan, even mind-wiped by the Jedi, was already outmaneuvering him. Recitation. The Star Forge was Malak's ace, a factory that could churn out an armada overnight. Safe belief. With infinite ships, he'd crush the Republic, right? Sarcastic chuckle. Twist. The Star Forge was a crutch, not a weapon. Malak leaned on it like a drunk leans on a cantina bar, and it made him sloppy. Lingering fallout. Every ship he built drained his resources, his focus, his sanity. The Starforge's dark side energy twisted his mind like a virus in a droid's core. Observation. Revan, reprogrammed by the Jedi, was coming for him. Malak's fleet was vast, but his strategy, non-existent. He threw ships at the Republic like a child throwing toys. Commentary. A real leader inspires loyalty. Malak inspired fear. And fear only lasts until someone stronger shows up. Enter Revan. Statement. The final battle at the Star Forge was Malak's last stand. He thought he could overwhelm Revan with numbers, ships, droids, dark Jedi. Query. Did he forget who trained him? Revan, even with a scrubbed memory, was a tactical genius. He outflanked Malak's fleet, infiltrated the Star Forge, and turned Malak's own tools against him. Mocking observation. Malak's final mistake was thinking he could win a fair fight. Revan didn't just beat him, he dismantled him, piece by Jawless piece. The Star Forge, Malak's big bet, became his tomb. Analogy? It's like betting your entire credit stash on a rigged say-back game. You don't just lose, you look like an idiot. Confession. Malak wasn't just a bad Sith. He was a bad student. Emotional trigger. He craved power, but never learned how to wield it. Revan taught him strategy, manipulation, the art of breaking minds. Malak, he learned to break bones. Clarification. His failure wasn't just losing to Revan. It was never understanding what made Revan great. Amplified stakes. Malak's empire was built on sand. He ruled through terror, not vision. His Sith followed him out of fear, not loyalty. When Revan returned, those followers scattered like roaches in a cantina raid. Observation. A Sith. Lord needs cunning, not just a big stick. Malak's stick was the Star Forge, but he swung it like a clueless meat bag. Cover-up. Malak hid his doubts behind bravado, shouting about destiny, while Revan quietly outsmarted him. Commentary. Doubt kills Sith faster than lightsabers. Malak doubted his own strength, and that's why he lost. Revan, even as a Jedi puppet, believed in his cause, whether light or dark. Emotional trigger. Malak's story is a warning, meatbags. Ambition without brains is a one-way ticket to a shallow grave. Query. Ever met someone who thought they were the best, only to crash spectacularly? That's Malak. Big dreams, bigger failures. Statement. His defeat wasn't just Revan's victory. It was proof that power without purpose is a glitch waiting to crash. Exclamation. Want more galactic flops dissected with my charming wit? Smash that subscribe button and dive into the next video. More Sith, more failures, more CR-47. Do it, meatbags.